a beautiful day.
In order to be able to hand out the school supplies, we needed to get them first, of course. So the day before we went to the orphanage, me and the guys from the Kagaali Foundation went into Bujiri town to go get the supplies that we needed. And to my surprise, one of the items that they needed were brooms, both for inside as well as for outside. So I asked them, why do you need so many brooms? Well, it is custom in this part of the world that every pupil brings his or her own broom to school. And also his or her own toilet paper. So besides all the notebooks and the pens and pencils and mathematical sets and rulers and stuff that we bought, we also got a big pile of brooms and toilet paper. Besides that, then of course, because the transport is usually done by Boda Boda, they had to be loaded. So all the stuff went on these motorcycles, and on these motorcycles, these supplies were actually brought to the orphanage.
It's a beautiful day.
Alright, so one of the nice things that we were able to do for the community where the Kagaali Foundation has its operations, which is actually the village of Isagaza in the sub-county of Kapyanga in the district of Bujiri, and about 6 kilometers away from the city of Bujiri where I am staying. Well, a borehole in Uganda is a deep, narrow well drilled to access underground water, serving as crucial infrastructure for drinking, cooking and agriculture in both rural as well as urban areas. Well, this particular borehole is in the Isagaza village, and oh, yeah, this is where they are opening up the patient, so to speak, because the borehole was broke. So it meant that the water supply for the whole community wasn't working, which meant that they actually had to walk to the nearby swamp to get the water there. But that's of course surface water. And this water from this particular well and this borehole comes from about 30 or 40 meters deep. And that is actually instantly drinkable as well. So the nice thing is that the fundraiser that we did for to get the kids to school, we raised more than enough money to also be able to have this borehole fixed. So on the day that we went to the orphanage to give the kids their school supplies, at the same time, a couple of plumbers were also hired to fix this borehole to make sure that the whole community over there had their access once again to their drinking water source. So as you can see here, the borehole is being put back together. And yeah, basically after the operation, the patient is being stitched up again, so to speak. And yeah, it's been a wonderful sight to see this work. As soon as the borehole has been put together and the pumping starts, and you only had to wait a little bit, and then there we go, there's the water, and it made everybody so incredibly happy. So just to see the happiness on everybody's faces, not just on the kids, but the whole community was really happy that they got their source to clean water back. Yeah, it's unreal and crazy to think about, especially coming from the Netherlands, where basically the water is so clean that you can actually drink it from the tap. And here they had to wait until the water comes back from the well. But fantastic that we were able to do this. And here we go. Unbelievable and so happy that we were able to also provide this service. And then we went on to the shaving ritual. In East Africa, it is custom for young children to be shaven before they go to school and also a couple of times during the school year. And that has both aesthetic as well as hygienic reasons. Aesthetically, what they say here is that it makes the children look smart. And by smart, of course, then they mean nice or beautiful. And the hygienic reasons are quite obvious because it prevents kids from coming home with lice or bringing lice from home to school, for example. And this being a very rural environment, it makes a lot of sense that they have these kinds of customs. And then it was time for lunch, and these wonderful ladies, who are also the daily caretakers of the children, cooked us a wonderful lunch. We really enjoyed eating all together outside, and the weather was really still nice when we were having lunch. which is why we also had displayed the school supplies on a table outside ready to be handed out. But unfortunately, at the end of lunch, it started to rain pretty heavily. So then we were forced to very quickly move the school supplies inside, as well as ourselves. And it was really remarkable to see, because these kids, as a unit, they had the school supplies in the building like in no time. They were cleaning a couple of rooms so that everybody also had room to eat inside, and that everybody could enjoy their food in dry circumstances. And then we move on to the apotheosis of this day, which was, of course, the handing out of the school supplies to the kids. And what a great, great, great event this turned out to be. The kids were so eager to get their supplies. They were so happy that they could look forward to going back to school. So it was really great to see the eagerness, but also the patience. They were just standing in line very patiently, at least for most of the time. And but as soon as they got their supplies, they were like, "Oh yeah, we got our stuff." So that looked really amazing, and it was just so heartwarming to witness the joy, the unbelievable joy that you saw on the faces of these children. So what happened in the end of the day, when most of the kids had their supplies, was the very spontaneous outburst of joy, and thankfully we have actually been able to capture that on video. So without further ado, here is how joy looks in Africa with a bunch of kids who can now go to school. Are you happy?
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Very welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Yeah, you're very welcome. No, you go to school. Have fun. You go to school. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy. Go to school.
Support, dear family. Thank you for your support, dear brothers and sisters. Thank you for supporting Kagaali Foundation with school supplies. Our children, our kids are very fine. Our children are very happy. Cheers to all of them. They are very happy. They are going back to school. Thank you so much. May the Almighty God bless you all. May God bless you abundantly. Don't let us down, dear brothers and sisters. Lift us as Kagaali Foundation Uganda for a better future for the kids. Thank you so much.
Well, and there you have it. It was the end of a fantastic day. So thank you to everybody who donated to our fundraiser, to all of you who made it possible that these kids can go back to school. And well, it's nice to be able to show you how happy you've been able to make these kids. So thank you so very much. It was an honor and a pleasure to be able to be here and actually organize this fundraiser. And I'm so very happy that we've been able to pull it off, and more than that even. So thank you so very much for watching, and more later again. All right, bye-bye.
So beautiful.